All right, so I was inspired to do a quick video after I had seen a quote online. Basically, the quote was speaking against casual sex and talking about how uh, we've been fooled into thinking that it's this great thing, but it actually leads to a lot of pain, a lot of disappointment, a lot of emptiness. And so I've been thinking about it, and I wanted to make a video for men on this subject of casual sex. Now, I don't suppose or assume that I'm going to stop men from having casual sex, but I do hope that I can share something with you that makes you think about a few things that maybe you haven't thought about before. I always talk about masculine energy. I think it's really important that men are in tune with their masculine energy and that they understand what it is to be operating in masculine energy. Because a lot of us are just operating. We're just we're just doing, and we don't even think about why we're doing what we're doing. And before we know it, that part of us that's causing us to do what we are doing, that's a lot of times say the word do, but that part of us has us wrapped up into a situation that we didn't want to be in the first place, a situation that's difficult to get out of. And as I talked about before, and as I referred to in my book, What She Taught Me, part of masculine energy is the desire to connect or merge with feminine energy in a variety of ways. In other words, the masculine will not be satisfied with just one woman. The masculine will always want to merge with multiple sexual partners. It has nothing to do with love. It has nothing to do with not being attracted to the woman that you're with as a man. It's just that masculine energy, and energy in general, masculine and feminine energy, is a creative energy. It's a creative force. And so, just like the feminine always wants to be filled, the masculine always wants to release. But anyways, there's so much more on that in the book, and I've done videos about it. But for this video, I wanted to talk about the fact that you're going to have to use another part of your masculine energy, which is discipline, when it comes to the desire to merge with multiple feminine energies or multiple women, especially in a casual way. The thing about casual sex is that you have to, well, I'll put it like this: when you treat other people casually, in regards to sex, you also have to treat yourself casually. And we as men really don't think about this a lot, especially men who judge women on their sexuality, while our sexual history could be much more rich, I would say. We don't think about how we are treating ourselves when we are having these kind of casual connections with other people. And we've always been warned about some of the things that can be created with sex, like children, like STDs. But there are other things that can be created with sex that we don't give a lot of thought to, unfortunately. Sex is a tool for creation. The physical sex is just a physical manifestation of what's happening energetically, the dance between masculine and feminine. And that dance, the purpose of that dance is creation. So anytime you have sex, anytime you engage with sex, anyone in a sexual way, you are in a process of creating, right? Again, it's not just about baby, it's not just about STDs, but you will always create something. So you can have sex casually, but you're still creating something. And the question is, do you want what it is that you're creating? You can be creating a headache. You can be creating distance between you and that person because you are crossing a boundary. You can be creating an emptiness, right? Sex isn't just about an orgasm. It's about creating something. For example, there's a lot of people who use sex to create, and let me just back up for a second. Creation is not just about building something. building and destruction are both equal parts of creation. They're both necessary. You may have to destroy a building to create a new building in that space or build something new in that space. It's all a part of creation. So there are things that people want to destroy within themselves, like the feeling of inadequacy, the feeling of not being worthy, um, uh, insecurity. They want to destroy these things, or they want to create things within themselves. And what they tend to do is use other people to do it through sex. So if I can have sex with this many people, or if this particular person wants to have sex with me, then that makes me feel validated. That makes me feel worthy. And so people use other people to do that all the time. And you know when someone is using you to do that, because you leave the sexual situation, you leave that connection feeling more empty. Because when you are using someone sexually to destroy something in yourself, you also destroy something within that person. And so it is true that many times when it comes to casual sex, even though you're getting some physical pleasure out of it, or you're getting some type of emotional benefit from it, the cost of it could be so much more. And what I write about and what she taught me is the fact that there's a lot of men who don't do a lot of growing. They don't do a lot of growing because they only see the women in their lives as an object or something that they can use for that emotional fix, or for that validation, or for the orgasm, right? They just use them for that. And when they do that, they lose out on what they could have gained from that person. Every person in your life is carrying a gift for you. They're carrying something that's going to help you evolve on your path to make it to your destination on your journey. And you can receive that gift, or you can take something else. And a lot of men end up taking sex, receiving sex, and they miss out on the gift that could have came from that person that would have taken them to the next level on their journey. So I say all this to say, sex isn't free. Even casual sex isn't free. And being an evolving man, being a man who is aware of himself and aware of where he wants to go, being that entails being connected to your masculine self in ways other than merging with the feminine, in ways other than just having sex with anybody who makes you feel good. It also entails having discipline and seeing that person as more than a sexual object, but as a person on your journey who is there to either give you a gift or receive a gift from you. So that's my input on the subject. I hope that helps you guys out. And I just hope it gives you something to think about on your journey. Continue to watch. Make sure you support my Patreon page. It's called Back to Masculine. I'm going to include a link to it in the comment section. The information section below. Also, my book, What She Taught Me, which a lot of these thoughts are included in. And stay tuned. Until next time, everybody, peace and light.